Hey everyone, it's Neela and I'm back with Teaching Side Hustlers episode. Not sure which one this is anymore. It's all about coaching because I want you to consider doing some coaching. And I don't mean with me, although you could. I mean you being a coach for other people. And so in case that sounds incredibly intimidating, stay tuned because I think you can do it and I'm going to show you how. Okay, so when I say coaching, I am not talking about life coaching or anything that requires certification in that area, although you can go ahead and do that. Many of you who are school counselors, school psychologists, that kind of thing, you already have the academic certification and background that you can slide into that kind of coaching where it's like that sort of personal, internal work. I'm talking about more coaching as in teaching someone how to do a certain skill or coaching someone in how to do something you've done yourself personally, that kind of coaching. Like you're a leadership coach because you are a leader. You have expertise in that, which kind of is a nice segue into my 3 things I want to talk about. The first thing is I want you to figure out your expertise. And I know you have, you may not know you have it, but I know you have it. If you are a educator in any part of the vertical, you have expertise in something. Maybe it's in teaching, right? Maybe it's in a kind of teaching where it's teaching students with certain ability challenges that need support, or at-risk students, or students who are transgender, or anything where you have an expertise and you can really make a difference in the lives of students. You may, by the way, and this is typically the case, you've been asked to present on a thing that you're an expert in. That's kind of one of the first indicators you have an expertise in something is someone asks you, goes to you to solve a problem, asks you to speak at a conference about it, asks you to present at a staff meeting or you know what I mean, or that kind of thing. So if you are helping other people already, boom, there's your expertise. So as far as your expertise goes, please don't judge whether somebody will pay for that or not. Somebody will pay to solve a problem. So if you are coaching people, they are coming to you because they want to do things faster, easier, smoother, more successfully, etc. And if you've already done it, you can help save them time. Imagine if somebody had said something to you when you first started out, how much easier your career might have been or your experience with whatever that task is might have been if somebody had helped you. Well, you can do that, right? You are the mentor. So we're going to figure out what your expertise is. What is somebody already asking you to help other people with? The second thing I want to talk about is which audience do you want to address for coaching? If you're going to, like calling yourself a leadership coach is great, but what kind of leadership coach? Who? Like who's your who, right? We call that defining your audience. And this is not in any kind of order. You kind of need all 3. You got to figure out what you're really good at. You have to figure out who you're going to help because you can't help everybody. In fact, if you help everybody, you'll probably help nobody because you really only help people when you narrow down the expertise and the advice, right? Like if somebody, let's say I work with at-risk students, which I do and have, and if I was going to help somebody else, I wouldn't just give them very generic advice. I would give them specific advice. So which group of people is that needs that specific advice? Right? So that's what you need to do is figure out who exactly is my audience, right? Who would I like to work with? Which group of people would really love my advice, right? So once you figure that out, you know how to talk to them. And you have to let go of the fact that, I can help all kinds of different people. Yes, I'm sure you can. But you will make more money by getting really niche down, we call it, by getting really narrow. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is what platform you're going to use to let people know that you coach. Typically, that's a website. And, there's a lot of different models, and if you are a regular listener of the show, and you should be, subscribe, hit the bell, boom, boom, wherever you find it around, wherever you're watching this video. This idea of building a platform, the first step is to get something online. You need an online presence of some kind. For some of you, maybe that's your Twitter feed, because maybe you're really active, or your Instagram, or in LinkedIn, or something like a social media platform that you're really active in. Typically, though, people need to go somewhere and see you professionally, right? They need to go to your website, see a picture of you. You have the 5-page website, home, about, work with me, a blog, something to get good SEO in Google, and a contact me, right? That's your typical website. So you need something like that, and you need to be publishing. Maybe you want to publish as a podcast, not as hard as you think, and a really great way to get people to kind of know, like, trust you. Another thing you could do is have a YouTube channel just like this one. If you teach online especially, or if you are comfortable expressing your ideas, which all teachers are, you will have no problem doing videos. It's not as hard as you think. Pretty easy to publish on YouTube. And you take those YouTube videos where you do presentations and you just embed them, kind of like I do, in a website. And then you can, you can steer people to there from wherever. So once you get a little bit of a platform, and there's too much to go into the whole business model right now, but I just want you to wrap your brain around what are sort of the essentials, because once you get those three, we'll start talking about how you funnel people towards saying yes to your services. So to recap, you got to figure out your expertise. What are people already? How are you already helping people? That's you've got expertise in that. Or where do you see a gap where people are always struggling, always failing? If you could just talk to them about blah blah blah, right? So there you go. So expertise, audience, who should you be talking to? Who's your perfect tribe? Who's your people? And then the third thing is, how will people find you to hire you, right? Because and then, by the way, when you have that platform, whether it's a website or whatever, you can offer packages, coaching packages. You can charge by the hour. You can charge by better ideas, by the pack, by results, like 3-month coaching package. And at the end, you'll have right? That kind of thing. Okay. So just a very light touch on the idea that you can coach. Yes, you can. And should, because in terms of hourly trade-off, in terms of getting paid by the hour, coaching rewards you for expertise, because you can charge a lot more money than you can working for other people or doing some low-paid contract work. Okay, I'll leave it there, and you keep hustling.